I was already a Laker and a champion. Being a part of that family just added a whole different type of success and limelight, and I wasn't able to hide my bad habits, anymore. Things got rocky, but I survived them. I'm here, and just trying to make myself better every day, which is called the Mamba mentality.
Your story has been public, obviously, but hearing from so many close family members and friends of yours this time around really provided a more humanizing experience. Why did you decide to do this particular documentary, and what do you feel makes it stand out?
Um, what stands out about this documentary and why did I decided to do it? Well, Netflix is a huge platform, so I was blessed enough with the opportunity to do it on that platform. I never thought it would be number one or number two on Netflix. And I think what stands out is my transparency, humility, confidence, um, to be able to answer any question with honesty. I mean, because it would be real easy for me to lie or hide from the truth about some of these questions that's getting thrown at me. But I guess just the way I move and talk, you know, and
Now,
and and really, uh, um, I want to help as many people as I can, um, through my story, and the only way I can really help them is through honesty and letting them know that addiction is nothing to be ashamed of. Uh, a lot of it happens through, bad choices and bad genes could be passed down to you genetically. I just want to be able to educate as many people as I can.
well done. Now, it was really cool to see your rise in basketball and you going from playing to the Clippers to being a champion with the Lakers. What are your fondest memories from your basketball playing days?
Um, Sugar. Well, first one would probably be playing with the best player of my generation, who was Kobe Bryant. Learning from him and learning from so much from Phil Jackson and Pat Riley. Learning about the game even from my teammates. Uh, Being in the locker room. Like I just did one interview and I, just was saying that, Kobe was the controller on the court, but I think I controlled the locker room. And that's why I'm, really trying to step in a position of taking care of myself so much that people could trust me. And I think the the next thing that I really want to do and put my mind to is becoming the head coach of the Lakers or maybe at HBCU. The triangle offense is the proper way to play basketball. If you watch basketball games, people you just taking 3-point shots from anywhere, any given time on a fast break, pulling up 3-point shots, and that's just not the most important shot. The most important shot is from the free throw line distance, which is 15 feet, and just to spread the word again about addiction as much as I can.
Now, it seems like you were pretty stable before the world got to know you as Lammy during your Kardashian era. And
Mm.
despite admittedly loving that world, you admit that looking back, you don't think that you were prepared to handle it. In hindsight, why don't you feel like you were prepared at that time for all
Because
that came with
Yeah,
that
because
world?
I was already a Laker and a champion. Um, and being a part of that family just added a whole different type of success and limelight. And I wasn't able to hide my bad habits, anymore. And, things got rocky, but I survived them. I'm here and just trying to make myself better every day, which is called the Mamba mentality.
Now, you also entered into that world after another heavy time in your life, which you talk about, the loss of your son.
Yeah.
Looking back, would you say that probably potentially not processing that grief coupled with, the loss of your mother at a young age contributed to some of the ups and downs during that time?
I think, well, it's funny that you say that because um, I'm probably still processing some of that grief. My son wound up passing away um, the same day my grandmother did, but just years apart, which was June 29th. I think my grandmother passed away in 2001 or 2002. Um, and that's something I don't think anyone will ever get over is losing a child. But as my two children sit with right next to me right now, they're here. And we all have to have find purpose in our lives. And the purpose in my life now is to live a certain way for them. I got to be there, be here, be at full strength for them, so they could um, listen to my guiding words and be prideful, for me and what I'm doing now and how I choose to live now.
In one scene in the documentary, one of your friends, I can't remember his name. I think it was Pumpkin,
Yeah,
said
I just got
says
off the phone
that
with him right now.
says that you made a comment that world was a lot of access for you. Can you provide more context to that, if any?
Um, wow, I don't know. I don't want to put words in his mouth, so I don't know exactly what he meant. Of course, things got a lot easier. Not just the drugs. Um, it's like being a Laker. You already have the red carpet rolled out for you, and I was a champion. And being a part of that family just opened up a whole new world, a way of living, um, and expectancy. And none of us are perfect. And I don't really want to say that I regret, some of the things that I've done. I'm not absolutely proud of, but I haven't been playing basketball in the NBA for like now 10 or 15 years, and I got the number one or number two special on Netflix. So through hard times, I'm still able to celebrate something. And if you watch the Netflix special, then my time at the hospital was strenuous, and when I woke up, I couldn't walk or talk or hold my bowels, and it was very humbling to be getting changed, getting a diaper changed every 3 or 4 hours from nurses from Compton, Long Beach, or any other city in Los Angeles. Um, and one thing I do regret about getting sick, uh, I started to walk and talk so fast that I didn't finish all of my cognitive therapy. And from having 12 strokes, 6 heart attacks, I think the only, besides being a walking miracle, because I wasn't even supposed to walk or talk again because of the trauma that happened to my body. Um, I didn't really finish all of my cognitive therapy, so my memory is sometimes not the best.
Now, obviously, your ex-wife gets a lot of praise, for who she was and how she stepped in at a difficult time in your life when you were hospitalized. But in this documentary, we hear a lot from Liza Morales, the mother of your children, who
Mhm.
you've known since you were a teenager. How would you describe your relationship with her during your time together? And do you feel she deserves equal admiration and respect from the public for who she's been to you and for your children?
Yeah, 100%, because she had to be, really strong. Like I told you, my grandmother passed away on the same day as my child, but just years apart. But that wasn't Liza's grandmother. It was Lamar's grandmother, and I don't want to always make it about myself. Obviously, she has to be extremely strong-willed, um, and she's walking her walk with God every day and working her relationship with God. And sometimes that's, he's the only person that can pull us through. And I'm proud of her for that. And she raised my kids and they're very respectful and good looking and well mannered. And I could never take anything away from her.